the Canada Prime Minister Mark Carney has slammed the US President Donald Trump. Remember that this comes after Trump's Davos speech. Now, Carney has gone on to say that Canada thrives on its own values. Now, Mark Carney has gone on to add that Canada thrives on its own and not due to the United States. This is an important statement coming in from the Canada Prime Minister, a rebuttal to the US President Donald Trump after his Davos speech. Carney has gone on to add that Canada thrives on its own values and not due to the United States. Remember that Trump had said that Canada lives because of the United States, to which the Canadian Prime Minister seems to have responded to the US President Donald Trump and his comment that Canada lives because of the United States, saying that Canada thrives because of Canadian values. Let's also listen into the reactions coming in on this.
Canada and the United States have built a remarkable partnership in the economy, in security, and in rich cultural exchange. But Canada doesn't live because of the United States. Canada thrives because we are Canadian.
Well, on this, we have my colleague Vishal Vivek joining us on the broadcast. Vishal, of course, once allies, now foes. There seems to be a huge political face-off between the US President Donald Trump and the Canadian Prime Minister. Walk us through what exactly is the showdown about?
See, this is a clear public spat going on. A few days ago, Mark Carney had given a speech at the Davos summit, during which he had clearly mentioned that US hegemony was one of the biggest reasons why there's rupture in the world. There's such a big transition going on in the world, to which Donald Trump had replied yesterday and said that, Mark, listen, you don't have to give this kind of statements. That's exactly those words that US President had given yesterday. And now Mark Carney has come back and given this statement once again, and he's clearly stated that the Canadian regime is not dependent on US. That's a huge statement, because US is Canada's biggest trade partner. What kind of implication this can have, only time will tell. But Mark Carney is a battle-hardened fellow. He is one of the biggest leaders in the business field. He has been leading two big central banks in the world. He has the ideas about trade. So he has in his arsenal the weapons to unleash on the US, so that this trade war can go on for a long time. But what will Trump say now? That everything will depend on that, because Trump is also not ready to relent. He's hell-bent on proving a point. He's sort of had a defeat at the Davos summit because he had to step back from the hard Greenland stand. So whether or not he goes on to strike Canada, goes on to have some more tariffs imposed on Canada, that all remains to be seen.